it's Latifa. I hope you're all doing really well today. I'm going to be talking you through how to make coloured rice. Really nice, really simple. I'm not doing an edible version, although I will talk you through how you can make an edible version for your little one. So first and foremost, you will need a bowl. It could be any bowl. It can be a plastic bowl. It could be a stainless steel bowl like this one. It really doesn't matter. A spatula, a spoon, a wooden spoon, again, it really doesn't matter. A pair of scissors, that always comes into handy. And a bag of rice, just a real cheap bag. You know, I've got the Asda Smart Price long grain version here, but you can use, you know, a really, really cheapy brand from Sainsbury's or Tesco's or Waitrose, etc, etc. I've also got some YPO ready mixed paint. Brilliant red, because we're going to be making red rice today. And I've also got all that clanging. I've also got a tray that I've lined with cling film. You don't have to use cling film. You can also use baking tray. You can also use baking paper. That's what I meant. But I've chosen to use cling film just because I'm going to be making quite a few for one of my classes next week, which is Soldier Mark week. Oh yes, so we're standing tall and we will be mark making our straight lines from top to bottom and left to right. So first and foremost, you just need to get your bag of rice, keepy bag, and you just snip and pour it into your bowl. Now I'm going to do the whole bag. As I said, I will be doing quite a few batches for my class next week. Now some people like to use vinegar with food colouring, and that's entirely fine. The good thing about doing that is that it makes your coloured rice edible. So should your little ones decide to chomp away on uncooked rice, then it's not the end of the world. But nonetheless, the YPO paint that we do use is non-toxic. And a lot of the time what you'll find is with food colouring, it's absolutely fine. But if you really want to get a vibrant, bright, you know, colouring, then to be honest, paint is definitely the way to go. So I'm not using any vinegar, and I'm literally going to keep it really nice and simple. So I'm going to start by pouring the paint into the bowl of rice. I'm going to try and tip it so you can actually see how much I put in the first instance. Okay, so I've only put that amount in, if you can see that, and I'm going to start off by mixing. So we're going to start by just by mixing it all. Oh, and mixing, still mixing away. So the colour's starting to come through quite well. It's almost got a slight pinkish tint to it at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to add some more paint into this. So at the moment it looks like this. I know, incredible, right? But I want it brilliant red, because the colour that I'm actually using, if you can see, it says brilliant red. But anyway, so I've put about that amount more in, so about the same amount that I put in the first time. And now I'm back to stirring, and I'm mixing and I'm mixing and I'm mixing some more. You kind of want to try and make sure that all the rice is covered, so you want to mix as thorough as possible. Some real arm work going on here, to be honest. So apart from picking up my 14-month-old now and again, I don't do much else in terms of arm exercises. So now that I've told you a bit about my life story, okay, so I'm going to show you what it looks like now, and it actually looks pretty brilliant and very red. So I've got it to the colour that I would want it to be. And I'm going to show you. Here we go. Ta-da! I know, right? Brilliant red. So that's literally it. So now that I've mixed my rice in with the paint, or mixed my paint in with the rice, shall I say, I'm now going to pour it into my tray. So the good thing about, the reason why I've lined the tray is so that the paint doesn't stain the tray. And you would do the same thing if it was food colouring. Now what I've found is when you actually colour the rice with paint, it tends to dry a lot quicker. Whereas with food colouring, again, depending on the measurings, it can take a bit longer, and especially if you're using vinegar as well. So on average, I find that the rice that I dye tends to dry within half an hour. Sometimes when I'm using food colouring, it takes about an hour. So it really varies, but I would say all in all, give or take an hour, and you're pretty good to go. So I'm going to start by sipping it out into my tray. I'm just going to get it all out. Get it all out. There we go. That's all out. And then I'm literally just going to spread it across on my tray, just so that it can all dry nice and evenly. And voila! Here we go. We've got red rice, red brilliant rice on a tray. And the funniest thing is, actually, I did say that it takes half an hour. What I found is while I was actually pouring this, some of it had already dried already. So you can actually pick, I've picked this up and there was no paint on my hands at all. So it's almost like it dried instantly, to be honest. But I would still leave this for a good half an hour, just so all of it is nice and dry. Now this can make really good entertainment for your little ones. I tend to find myself playing with rice, to be honest, that I prepared for my classes, like, just because I find it quite therapeutic in some ways. So it's a good sensory activity. You can just pour it in a bowl, or, you know, pour it into a tray with your little ones and kind of just get the mark making. And by mark making, if any of you are wondering what I'm talking about, it's literally like, you know, you could give them a wooden spoon, or you could give them a spatula and just get them to start making like straight lines or curves. But the fun thing about it, really and truly, is just getting their hands into it and their feet, and actually just getting them to really kind of feel what the rice actually feels like, smell what it smells like. And what you'll find is a lot of them will be very quick to want to taste it and see what it actually tastes like. So all in all, this is what you have. This is what you have. So coloured rice, you now know how to make some coloured rice. So when you do see us doing it in class and you're wondering, how did you do that and how did you get it, this is one of the perks. And again, like I said, you can buy different types of food colouring, different colours, and you can do exactly the same thing and you get the exact same results. The only difference is you might find that you need to use more food colouring in order to get such a vibrant colour. Otherwise, I would say as long as you're using non-toxic paint, you should be absolutely fine if you do decide to colour it with paint. So thank you for watching today. I hope this has been helpful, useful in some ways, and I hope that you will give it a try. If you've got any questions, do pop the questions down in the comments below, and I look forward to seeing you soon with my next video. Thank you, take care, bye.